Our next question was sent in to CornyDriveThru@gmail.com from Jordan. Big fan of your podcast. I've got a question about a clip I saw from Monday Night Raw. Seth Rollins teamed up with Murphy to take on Rey Mysterio Jr. and Aleister Black in the match.
Hey, by the way, that's another reason why I didn't want the household to be losing that fucking 7 figures of income over the next year. Because have you ever heard of a fucking top guy with a fucking stooge named Murphy? I mean, they're fucking mixing poor Seth in with the goddamn, the bench. And, he may be looking for that income soon.
In the match, Seth got DQ'd after knocking Rey off the apron, which I found a little odd.
What?
Brian Alvarez explained, quote, "There is, in fact, a secret rule. It's a Vince McMahon rule. In a tag team match, you know how that you tag and there's 5 seconds where you could both be in the ring at the same time, right? If I tag you for 5 seconds, we can both be in the ring as the referee counts to 5. However, outside of those 5 seconds, if you are not the legal man, you cannot touch the other team's legal man. Vince is adamant that this be enforced. If you are legal, you are allowed to hit the other team's illegal man, but the illegal man cannot touch the legal man. So Rey, because he's legal, is allowed to hit Seth on the apron, but Seth on the apron is not allowed to hit Rey. Seth can hit Aleister because they are both illegal. Legal can hit illegal. Illegal cannot hit legal.
Oh, for fuck. All right.
But illegal can hit illegal. And that's the end of the quote. And to the point, what are your thoughts on it? Was this always a thing? Is Vince McMahon out of touch? Why am I even watching this? Should I end it all? Well,
yes.
Jesus Christ, that took a turn
yes.
at the end.
Yes. We should end this question at least. All I've got to say is I not only managed the Heavenly Bodies in the WWF, I managed the WWF Tag Team Champions. I was an agent and producer for many tag team matches. I've never heard such a crock of horse shit in my life as what I just heard there. I'm not saying it's not a thing. I don't know what people have done in the last intervening years, but in the time that I served there in those capacities, I never heard such a thing. And where do I even start? They ought to have more rules to worry about than that one. And I didn't even get what the fuck it was. If you're a legal man and you hit the illegal guy, that happens constantly in a tag team match, especially in a good one, in a variety of circumstances. So that would have happened numerous times in every match that I've ever been involved in, I think. I don't know what the fuck that whole thing is.
Obviously, Vince has a lot of weird little rules, and every now and then they just pop up.
But here's the in some cases, I've heard him say a few things. Well, he always used to hate it when a guy would be in the corner and being choked. Like you'd have your hands around a guy's neck choking him, and the guy in the corner would have his hands sitting on the top ropes. Or the same thing, he's in the corner getting punched, and he's got his hands sitting on the top ropes. No, you'd either be trying to pull the fucking hands from around your neck or trying to block the punches or whatever. And he used to say that all the time, and I got that, and that made a lot of sense. And there were other little picadillos he had. Every once in a while, he'd say something in a meeting, but I think what happens now is there's somebody that's been dedicated to just sit down, and every time Vince just says something out of his ass that he might not even think about again ever in his life, somebody writes it down and adds it to the official canon of things that you're not allowed to do around Vince. And it takes on a life of its own. Because there's a lot of times he'd say little things. I don't even remember what the topic was, but just that he'd say little things that if you did write that down and say, okay, this is the rule going forward, you would have ended up with a lot of stupid fucking rules. But we didn't take it that seriously back then. So I don't know what this is about that you just quoted me there.